Before I get into the intro, no, actually, screw it. I'm doing my intro. Welcome back to the Keep It Cooler podcast. Jacqueline here, cousin Owen joining me today. The Toronto Blue Jays are headed to the World Series. Game 7 victory, Owen. How do we start this episode?
Wow, Jacqueline, it is electric. I guess I'll start off by saying when I saw Vladdy post game with tears in his eyes, it made me have tears in my eyes. I'll say that.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. I guess my first thoughts are when we were discussing the playoffs, I said there's two men that have to be great if they're going to win a World Series or make a World Series. It was Jeff Hoffman and it was Vladimir Guerrero. Jeff Hoffman, forget about silencing me, he struck out the side in the ninth inning in the do-or-die game. Vladdy, like this whole postseason, was amazing. Big hits. They're both fantastic. And here the Jays are, right? I mean, it's incredible. Wow. It's hard to put it to words. It's just unbelievable. I mean, your smile says it all. I'm just so happy for the team, for the city, for the country. It's truly unbelievable. And Jacqueline, the dream is alive. The dream is alive.
Did it? 4 games? We won 4 games. I get to shave Owen's head on the pod, guys. Gonna be legendary. I really don't know where to begin. You know, we're filming this at midnight. It's exactly midnight after the game. Obviously, 8 o'clock game start times later. Games are going to go by later. Sure, I went to bed last night, so I went to game 6, as you know, and as the podcaster followers know. I went to sleep at 4 in the morning because I filmed the podcast late as hell, edited, got all whatever, had to get everything done, posted it, thumbnail, and then I had to wind down. Like, I couldn't go to bed. So went to bed at 4 in the morning. I'm exhausted. And so today, because of my record, because I'm 10 games, 0 losses, undefeated this year, the amount of people that text me saying you have to go to this game is absurd. Some people who I've never spoken to in my life sent me an Instagram DM being like, please go to game 7. I had a friend text me that one of her friends said that I have to go to a game. Like, the amount of people is absurd. I said, you know what? Like, I love going to games, but I just felt like I really want to watch this one at home. And I think you said that about game 6. Like, you just really want to watch it at home. And I think there's reasons for that, and being at elimination games is awesome, and I had the time of my life last night. I'm so sore, obviously, just from the up and downs of being on your feet the entire time. I was actually jogging last night to get to my seat because we were running a little late, and I tweaked my knee a bit, so today my knee is just not feeling the best. So I'm just going through it a bit. And so I'm like, I don't want to go to this game. And then people were like, listen, if the Jays lose, it's on you, because 10-0, undefeated, they need the vibes. So when we're down in this game 3-1, I'm thinking everyone's gonna freaking hate me. But the boys pulled through. The boys did not need the Jack and Kula 10-0 luck. The boys pulled through and performed one of the most stressful games of the year, but also the most exciting games of the year. Game 7, the best words in sports, right? You and I know that, coming from all the backgrounds of sports, hockey, basketball, you name it. The vibes were absolutely incredible. I'm emotional. When Springer hit the 3-run homer, I'm wearing my Springer jersey now.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
See it.
Beautiful.
I had tears in my eyes when Springer hit that. I had this wave of emotions, my family and I hugging. We went out for dinner actually before the game as a pre-game dinner. Monday night, not really a big busy time to go out. We're like, you know what? I said I feel like we need to get out of the house before this game. Went out, decompressed, came back home, watched a game, stressed out of our minds, and celebrated. Truly celebrated one of the greatest moment of our lifetime when it comes to Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what they've accomplished. Obviously, their first World Series appearance in just under 35 years. I mean, what a moment! What a team! Biggest home run of our life, right? Move over Joey Bats, move over Edwin Encarnacion. And the only person who's hit a bigger home run is Joe Carter. I mean, to be honest, Joe Carter, I don't know if you can beat Joe Carter's home run, but there's a chance for
Impossible.
one of these guys to tie it. It could be tied in the next round, right? If it's a big game 6 or game 7, it could be tied. So the second biggest home run in Blue Jays history, undoubtedly, the biggest home run of our lifetime. Anyone who's under 32, really. I mean, really, let's say even under 40, because if you're 5 years
Yeah,
old, you don't remember it, right? Anyone under 40, really, biggest home run of their life, right? At 7, 8 years old, you're not
100%.
remembering it, right?
100%.
I mean, just yeah, it was a beautiful moment. Like I screamed my head off. My dad was screaming his head off. I mean,
We were all, oh my God, the screams, like my
yeah,
voice might be gone tomorrow from tonight. Yeah.
yeah. It's unbelievable. I mean, this team has really surprised me again and again. And every time, Jacqueline, I've said, I'm turning, they lose, and when I say I'm a hater, they win. So I don't even know. Like, I know we're not talking about the next round yet. Maybe you'll want to talk about that in a few minutes. But just every time I make an analysis, I'm wrong or it goes the other way. So I don't even want to, at least not yet, unless you ask me to make a prediction or my thoughts are on the next round. But I do just have to say that home run by George Springer. And might I say, I thought, and you might agree with me, he looked a little gingerly. I didn't see the same George Springer at the plate. Yesterday, he kept falling on his knee. Today, he still looked timid at the plate. So I really was saying to my family when he was up to bat, I was like, maybe a single or a double. I don't know about a home run. He feels hurt. He looks kind of ginger at the plate. Crushes it. Like, just crushes it. I mean, wow.
Owen. Like, I was at the George Springer Grand Slam game. I was at the Kirky Grand Slam game. I was at some great games, and I'm so happy about it. But witnessing that, Dan Schulman's call, sitting with my family, the people I love the most in the world, who love this Blue Jays team as much as I do, one of the top moments of my lifetime. Seeing that moment, seeing that place, because you can hear, like last night at the game, we were up the whole time, so it was just so fun. We had the best time because we were winning the entire time, right?
Yeah.
There were moments of stress, 100%, but that place was loud to the max all night. Tonight, you can tell it wasn't as loud for a lot of this game for several reasons, right? We weren't winning. Our offense was not great. Bieber did not have the kind of stuff that we expected. But then when that freaking Springer home run, that place, I thought it was going to explode. I thought it was going to explode. It was absolutely unbelievable. And yeah, I think we have to talk about Jeff Hoffman. I've been defending that man with my life. Against you, against every single person I've come in contact with. Listen, you guys are all correct to have those feelings because of what we saw. I'm an overly positive fan. But man, Jeff Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman. If you told me that this Jeff Hoffman was that Jeff Hoffman a few weeks ago, months ago, that he'd be performing like this, I'd say, well, I would say yeah, but the general public would say absolutely not. Last night, coming in for the 8th and the 9th inning, and then throwing over 30-something pitches last night, to then playing tonight, so arguably his best closing game of all time, and we're only up 1 run. This is not comfortable. It's not a 12-6 game. It's 4-3, right? And if Rodriguez got on base, Cal Raleigh was up, who hit a stunning home run earlier in this game. All the pressure was on this guy. Everything was riding on Jeff Hoffman, and he delivered. He delivered everything he had, and I'm so happy to have him as our closer. So how do you feel, man? Doubting him, debating with me, talking your talk on the pod.
Yeah.
Came up clutch, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wrong about this Jays team in every turn,
Love it.
basically. I mean, if when I feel good, they lose. When I don't feel good, they win. So I've been wrong about them at every turn. The crazy thing, Jacqueline, is I seriously I don't know if you want to call it 2 for 2, 0 for 2. I mean, I don't get off topic. Let's stick to Hoffman, and then I'll say what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of Hoffman, I totally was a hater. I saw this guy blow games. I saw him look shaky. I saw him make it, even when they got out of it, make it look difficult. For me, and again, I don't claim to have ever watched every Jays game this season. I would say now I know basically every player on the team. I didn't when we started talking about the Jays 3 4 months ago. I absolutely did not know every player on the team. Now
I
think,
remember.
yeah, now I think I could probably name 95%, close to 100% of the
Yeah, I
guys.
remember I was talking about Trey Savage, and like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know if you
yeah. I'm
really
like,
knew what I was
what?
talking about,
Yeah.
but that's the beauty of what the season's been.
So now there might be a few guys I'd forget to name or whatever, right? But like for the most part, I know almost every guy. Yeah, listen, he was amazing. I mean, it's hard not to say it wasn't his best career. I mean, best moment of his career. best performance of his career. I mean, if you think about it, if you strike out the side in the ninth, that is, if you're a reliever who just does ninth inning, right? You're a closer, you just do the ninth. If you strike out the side in the ninth, that's your best performance of your career because you can't do better than. But here's the thing: it's one thing to strike out the side against. I don't know what was the worst team in baseball this year, Jacqueline. You might know. Off the top.
Rockies or
Okay,
the
perfect.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. Rockies. You strike out the side against the Rockies, fantastic. But he struck out the side to go to the World Series. I mean, undoubtedly the best performance of his career. Like undoubtedly the most clutch and best performance of his career. Yeah, I mean he proved a lot of people wrong tonight. Um, Look, I think you want to talk about two of the happiest guys on the team. Obviously, our manager John Schneider. I mean, was having calls for his head a couple of
Yeah.
games ago. So you got to understand he is. I mean, don't want to swear too much. He's a pig in shit. I mean, he could have been the villain of the year if they don't make the World Series. So John Schneider, I don't care what he says publicly, privately. This guy is like the fact that they've came through for him, and then Brendan Little's got to feel like gold also, right? He was probably feeling like absolute dirt. Even he probably felt worse because it wasn't just what he did to his teammates; it's what he did to Sir Anthony Dominguez, right? Like putting your teammate in that bad position to give the home run. Like he must feel amazing on a lot of different levels. He must feel like he has a second chance at life. He knows he's not playing for a second in the World Series, but at least he doesn't have to look back and go, "Oh fuck, I lost my team." A
100%.
chance to make the World Series, right? So those two, for my money, Brendan Little and John Schneider are two of the happiest guys in the world because they can be like, "All right, we're in the World Series. It all worked out. It's all for the best." Um, and John Schneider better not play that fucking guy again. That's all I know. This is no listen. This is no Jeff Hoffman slander. This is a guy who legitimately sucks, who had no business being in the game. I know he's saying he trusts his guys. He should not touch the gone, gone,
Yeah.
dude.
I don't know. I don't know
No, no,
what
no,
Schneider's
no.
gonna do. I
Brendan
don't
Little
know.
cannot go back on the field
He
again.
might come in as a relief, but it could be different situations, right?
No, I'm
We'll
sorry, Jacqueline. I hope not. I pray not.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, no, I felt for Little. It was brutal.
It was brutal.
Obviously, it was
Yeah.
terrible. People were sending him like hate stuff. That stuff crossed the line. I can't stand people who do that, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was brutal, and Schneider's job was on the line. Like I think that if we ended up losing the series, I think Sean Schneider may have been fired because of the way that he managed pitching in that game.
Yeah.
So the fact that listen, he managed yesterday perfectly. He managed today great. Putting in our starters, putting in Gosman, listen, Gosman stressed us all out. He didn't have his best stuff, but he didn't allow any runs.
Yeah.
Right? Putting in Bassett, Chris Bassett, man, crazy good stuff from Chris Bassett. Our starting pitcher was not in the ALDS due to a back injury. Now he's in using as a reliever, and he's been nails, absolute nails. So just the fact to maneuver the bullpen the way that they did, because Bieber wasn't what we thought. We thought we were going to get similar to what we saw from Trey, from what we saw from Savage last night. We thought we were going to get Bieber for 6 innings maybe, but no, it was done quickly. It wasn't the best stuff. But then to go in, put Louis Varlin, you had Dominguez, you had our starters, you had Gosman, Bassett, then you go and then you have Hoffman. There were so many changes, and one bad move ends the year. But everything was right on the money tonight. And then looking at our batters, Ernie Clement, just a dog, and it's so awesome. He was released from the Athletics just a couple years ago. His career was over. Nathan Lucas, Addison Barger, man, making some huge plays tonight again. Last night, that homer was absolutely incredible. Seeing him shine, seeing everyone do their stuff. IKF, freaking legend out there. Pulled last night in the double play, the quadrillionth double play last night, pulled the D Wade to LeBron lob picture, the iconic picture of D Wade already celebrating, pulled that off last night. This team is absolutely unbelievable. This team is not supposed to be here. This team pre-2025 season was supposed to finish last in the AL East. We're going to the freaking World Series. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. $500 million now seems too little. This man deserves $1 billion. It's a $1 billion man, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., because not only is he the best hitter in baseball right now, an MVP of the ALCS, by the way, as well, which was announced in the celebration and the post-game speeches. He is the face of Toronto. One thing I have to mention. He walked in tonight, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., wearing an Austin Matthews Toronto Maple Leafs jersey to a Game 7. Twitter went freaking crazy over that. How the hell do you walk in with the Maple Leafs jersey for a Game 7? That is bad vibes to the max. Anyone who knows Toronto Maple Leafs hockey, you know. They don't show up in Game 7s. They don't win Game 7s.
Sure.
Now, looking back at it, it goes so hard. It goes so crazy seeing Vladdy in that Austin Matthews, the old jersey too, before he was the captain, and his assistant captain
Yeah.
jersey.
I mean, I don't know if he's like a troll or not, Vladdy, but it feels like a very trolly move. He probably is friends with Matthews and some of those guys. You'd assume like you're a major superstar on a Toronto team, so they probably know each other, have met or shook hands, right? So who knows if it's a combination of trolling of like I don't know exactly. Like it definitely has to go through his head. Like okay, like we have a big Game 7. Like I kind of want to have a cool walk. Like I don't know exactly what it's like to me. Like that feels like trolling, but I don't know if that's in his DNA. Regardless, like yeah, it's kind of a gangster move. I thought it was stupid. As you know, Jacqueline. I mean, we all see behind me every podcast. Like I hate the Leafs. The Leafs
Yeah.
are losers. All they do is choke. The Leafs are the team that's up 3-1 and give up a 3-run home. You know that's the Toronto Maple Leafs. They give up. You know they're up 3-1 and the other team scores 3 goals in the third period if they lose. Right. So I don't exactly know what that move was, but hopefully it doesn't transfer to the Leafs. That's all I'm going to say. I hope that those good vibes don't move over
Yeah,
because
I think it was really about tonight though. This is the Game 7, and like if we lost that, that would be everywhere. That would be memed everywhere for
sure.
years and years. So the fact that pulled up in that Matthews jersey, won them the game,
Yeah.
MVP, it's absolutely incredible. And yeah, just looking at this lineup again, just George Springer, what a story, what a guy. How do you not love that guy? His knee was crushed a couple days ago. He was not himself last night or most of this night. He hits a 3-run homer to win the game. Just you couldn't
Yeah.
ask for something better. You couldn't ask for something better. And this team is really special. And I'm so excited.
Don't
I'm
forget about Jimenez hitting a 3-run homer recently.
kind of man.
I mean,
Yeah,
come on, that guy's clutch. He's at the bottom of the lineup. He had some major home runs in these playoffs. Really top to bottom. Barger had a huge home run last night. Ernie Clement, my dad loves to say he's a professional hitter. Right? So every time Ernie goes up, my dad goes, he's a professional hitter. I mean, really though, true professional. Love Ernie Clement. The guy's been awesome. Obviously, like we said, Vladdy and George Springer. I mean, top to bottom of this lineup, every single guy gets you excited. Kirk, obviously, a little bit more quiet of recent, but had some big hits tonight. Obviously, had some major home runs towards the end of the season at the beginning of the playoffs. Every guy from top to bottom plays a role, and has had huge hits in different moments. Um, for me, an X factor in the World Series, a guy who up and downs in this last round, Varsho. Right, we've
yeah,
seen he can have big hits. I think he's a big X factor. I think to, like for me at least, I thought he'd do a little bit more this round. I know some games he was very, very good, and then some games a bit more quiet. So I'm not saying he was bad by any means, but I just think he's a big X factor, someone we want to see get a little bit hotter in the World Series. But yeah, I mean, truly, Jacqueline, top to bottom, we have such an amazing lineup, so much unity. Um, there's so many MLB teams where if you get to that kind of 7, 8, 9, they're not good hitters. I trust those guys at the bottom, right? Like I know Jimenez can come in whether it's a bunt, a double, a home run, right? Like I mean,
100%.
I trust the guys, towards the middle, bottom of the lineup. So it's super super exciting, and I'm excited for Friday night. Really really excited for Friday night.
Yeah, tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. Obviously, everyone's going to be hopping on to try and get tickets. It's gonna be a battle to get tickets. Yeah, listen, I wasn't even planning on going to ALCS. It was very last minute yesterday, as I told you when I texted you yesterday. Happy I went. Definitely planning on going to World Series. I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are saving money as we speak to try and go because who knows what the prices are going to look like. The prices have been kind of crazy this series, but it's gonna be wild to try and get tickets. The atmosphere is unbelievable stuff. You've been to a game in the playoffs and you know what this atmosphere can look like and what it can feel like and how the stadium just roars and the vibes are absolutely incredible. And we're facing the Dodgers, and this is good. Listen, we faced every team that deserves to be there. We faced the Yankees. Great team, we beat. Mariners, best team in the AL other than the Jays, we beat. Right? We're not coming here the easy way. we're coming here the hard way. And to win the World Series, we're going to be playing the best team in baseball right now, which is the LA Dodgers, reigning champs. Swept the Milwaukee Brewers, who a lot of people had as World Series favorites. We're going to be playing Shohei Ohtani. He's coming to Toronto. We thought he would be. We thought he'd be a part of our team back in the end of 2023, but nope. He's coming to Toronto against us. What are we gonna see from this Jays team against this Dodgers team that looks unstoppable, unbeatable?
Yeah. It's like there's like two parts of my brain, like the hater part, the lover part. It's hard not to be. I don't want to say concerned. This team has shown so much growth and shown they can do so much in big moments. I guess the realist part. Um, Look, they're the best team in baseball. I know the Jays had more wins than them, but they're the best team in baseball. They just swept in their last series and made it look easy. Like, you know, like to clinch a World Series appearance and you just go 4-0 and run the table, it's extremely impressive. I think the Jays are on house money at this point. Um, the bandwagon part of me is like, the Jays bandwagon part of me is like the Jays got this, like we're hot, like the Jays can beat anyone. The realist part of me is like we're facing the best team in baseball and it's gonna be a big uphill battle. Um yeah, I don't know. I mean look, like I you know, I want to be positive and say or shake my head. Deep down in my soul, I just don't think it's happening. I just think we're up against such a good, deep, well-rounded team that has shown any night it can beat any team, whether it's through pitching, through hitting. Really, and it's not necessarily a weakness, but the weakest part of their team is probably their relievers. If you just look at their overall team, right? Because their starting pitching is best starting pitching in the league. Their hitting is obviously unbelievable. So I think the relievers are maybe their weakest point, if it's even a weakness, right? And that's if. Um, so I don't know. I mean, Jacqueline, for my money, like I think the Dodgers are the more complete team, and they're going to be a tough team to beat. Um, but it's baseball. It's 7 games, right? It's not 162 games. It's not 20 games. Not 15 games. Not a lot. 7 games most. So if in 4 nights out of 7 the Blue Jays can string together good pitching, good at bats, you never know. We're a talented team, right? Um, I expected a battle, and quite honestly, I don't think we're going to get run over. I think if we do lose, I could see this team pushing it to 6 or 7. Um, I think we got a really special team, a motivated, a hungry team. They know who they're going up against. They're not naive about this challenge ahead. Um, so I don't know if you ask me to predict like exactly, I'll say Dodgers in 7. You know, heartbreaking to say. I'm being honest, Jacqueline. Heartbreaking to say, but you should be happy because every time, Jacqueline, there's two
Yeah.
things. Every time I've said the Jays are going to win, they lose. When I say they lose, they win. So if I say Dodgers in 7, it's Jays in 4. Another thing, I originally actually shaved my head because I had said when the Raptors in 2019 made the playoffs, they had no shot. And I said, if they do it, I'll shave my head. And I've said the same thing. And now I have a chance of going 2 for 2 or 0 for 2. I don't know how you want to look at it. Is it 2 for 2? Is it 0 for
I'm
2?
gonna say 2 for 2,
2 for 2,
honestly.
right? So look, I mean, me saying Dodgers in 7 might actually mean Jays in 4 because clearly I don't know
Oh
what the
yeah.
hell I'm talking about. So you should be happy, not head down, head up. If I said Jays, we'd be in trouble. So I don't know. I'm just excited. I'll tell you another thing for me, Jacqueline, on a more personal note before
Sure.
you get into your analysis. I recently, I don't want to say I'm not happy about it. It's fine. I'm having to work a lot of nights at work. Like I know, for example, Saturday night I'm working. So like Saturday night, I'm not going to be able to see that much of this Jays game. Friday night, I'll be able to see game one. Game two, gonna miss a lot. So game one, I'm good to go. Game two, I
Yeah.
already know I'm missing because I'm working. I hope I can catch, you know, um, hope I could catch, some parts of game two. But I'm gonna have to talk to my boss because I don't want to miss multiple games in the World Series, right?
That's the problem here for people who have night shifts because listen, yeah, every game starts at 8. So anyone who has a job that requires night shifts, it's going to be tough. You're going to have to find a way to get it done. A lot of people are struggling right now. They're texting bosses. They're trying to just figure
So
anything out to find a
so
way to watch.
So I might have to text my boss and be like, hey, like, I don't want to take this the wrong way, but is there any ways you give me mornings, afternoons, whatever? Like I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet, because I don't want to upset my boss, obviously my company, but
Yeah.
I don't want to miss. Listen, miss game two, I'll miss game two. I'm not thrilled about it, but I'll miss game.
Yeah,
But I
that's
don't
the
want to
game
miss a game
finesse.
five, a game six, a game seven.
No, no, I
Imagine,
hear you.
hey Owen, what are you doing tonight? Yeah, guys, I'm working the night shift. I'm missing game seven of the World Series.
Listen, man, you gotta figure it out. You gotta sneak your phone in. You gotta find a way to get it done. But I I'm happy that I don't have night shifts right now with what I'm doing. So I'm happy that I can lock in and watch those games. But yeah, man, you and a lot of people are you gotta figure it out. Find a way. If it's game two, so be it. But if it's like a decision game, you gotta find a way, man. You do. I believe in you.
I will. I
You
will.
you have you have a way. You have a way.
Yeah. I'll finesse. I'll finesse if I need to. So
I think so. I think you're gonna get
I'll
it done. Yeah, and it's all 8 o'clock games. So
yeah.
no afternoon games. Like, listen, it's primetime baseball, right? So for LA, all of them in LA, 5 o'clock here, 8 o'clock. Dome's gonna be closed. Obviously, it's gonna be the loudest environment. And looking at Dodgers games, the fans aren't what we are. A lot of those fans like to leave early for traffic. They won the World Series last year. They're not. I'm not gonna say they're not a baseball town. I'm not gonna criticize their fans because they have some amazing fans, of course. But a lot of people who go to these games aren't necessarily the biggest fans of baseball. But then you look at Rogers Center and you see the people who go to those games. Those are the big fans. Not like Maple Leafs games either, where the suits.
Yeah.
You have the home field advantage is gonna mean everything to us, and because I think the Dodgers are not gonna be prepared for the sound of what they're gonna hear here. Right when they won the World Series last year, they were against the Yankees, and yeah, they're crazy, but it's outdoor baseball. It's different. We're having indoor baseball, a dome, 45,000 plus, screaming, craziness. I think that's going to play a factor. So I think anyone who goes to this game is going to play a factor in what can happen in this series. But it's the way we play Otani too. Look at the way we played Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh. We beat them.
I I had this conversation with someone the other day. I'm curious your thoughts on this, Jacqueline. Like,
Mm.
what are the thoughts on just auto walking Otani every at bat? Like, literally, doesn't matter the situation. Auto walk because he could hit two or three home runs a game. Like, if he, he just, one pitch is all it takes for that guy, right? He doesn't really miss. So I'm just curious your thoughts on literally auto walking him every at bat. Like, is that a bad move? Is it worse? Like, I'm just curious what you think about that.
I think they're going to have a similar approach to what they did with Aaron Judge because in the regular season, Aaron Judge was walked a ton, right? The Jays walked Aaron Judge a ton. And I know Otani's hitting unreal, right? He had the other night he had what 10 strikeouts and 3 home runs, pitching and hitting. Like you don't see that in sports. I think with Otani, I think we're gonna play him the way we played Judge, where at times you're gonna intentional walk him, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think the Jays are gonna play against Otani because Otani wasn't even good in the NLCS. It was that one game where he had 3 home runs. He was not hot, couldn't really figure it out at all, wasn't playing his best stuff at all. I think the Jays are going to approach that the same way with Judge and Raleigh, and I think they're going to get it done with Otani. And, I go back to when the Jays played the Dodgers this past summer. We lost the first 2 games, and then we won the last game. And bases were loaded. I think it was bottom of the inning. I forget what the exact moment was. But Mason Fluharty was up against Otani. Bases loaded. We were
This
up
I
by,
remember.
like,
This
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
And we got the win. We struck out Otani with the bases loaded. So you go back to those moments, and I think the team goes back to those moments of when the Dodgers were in a really good place and Otani was in a really good place, and I think they're going to have a similar approach to just you're going to play Otani the way that you're going to play a guy like Judge and Raleigh. You're going to be a little more, have more pressure on whatever's going on there, but I think you're going to pitch to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We'll see what the strategy is for John Schneider and the Blue Jays. Um, it's exciting. Listen, I mean, regardless of the outcome, Jacqueline, it's it's so exciting for the city. The next few days, there's gonna be a lot of celebrations, a lot of beers, a lot of good times, a lot of just we'll see. The city's ready to explode and to party.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and listen, Jacqueline, I think we got to give your podcasters, your fans what they want. We got to do the shaved head on a pod. I don't know how. But we got to figure out a
We can
way.
get it done. We can get it
I,
done.
I just think after all this talk, all the conversation, all the Jays talk, all the smack talk that I gave this team, we got to do it live on a podcast. I think
100%.
it's just, so
100%.
hopefully they can prove me wrong one more time,
Please.
and well, the one thing I'm confident, Jacqueline, is if we do win this series, it's in 6 or 7. With all due respect to the
Fair.
Toronto Blue Jays,
Fair.
all due respect to the Toronto Blue Jays, you're not stopping the Dodgers from not winning 2 or 3 games. Might I say, you're not stopping the Dodgers from winning 3 games. With all due respect to this Jays roster, I don't even see a way the Jays win it in less than 7, really. I mean,
I get that.
6, in a world where the Dodgers, I'm going to almost say this like we did with the Eagles-Giants, Jacqueline. And you know what? You could clip this and put it on TikTok if this ages poorly, okay? A freezing cold take. You can clip this and, for all the fans. I believe in a world where the Jays play their best baseball, the Dodgers are not going to play their worst baseball, but the Dodgers don't play their very best. They play great baseball, not their very best. I don't think the Jays can win in less than 7.
I understand that take. I get it. I just think that this Blue Jays team is so unique, and it's a team that doesn't happen in baseball often. And I understand that Dodgers are a powerhouse of a team. They have everything working well. And I like the Giants Eagles comparison, the Giants had it all and the Eagles had nothing in that game, and that's why they got the win, and it's such a good win. With this team though, I think they're, because the Jays, they don't always play the best baseball. Sometimes it's sloppy baseball. It's a bunch of misfits, and it's a bunch of, right, we win on errors a lot too. Last night, Varsho, the swing and a miss. Crazy pitch that then crazy throw to third base that Vladdy ended up scoring on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it also refers to Dodgers having a bad game, I guess. But the Jays and the fans know how to rattle teams and players, and I think that's what we're going to see. So I guess you are correct, though, in that sense, where it's like you got to play your best stuff and the other one has to play their worst stuff. But I think a home field advantage like this, because we do have an advantage, right? We beat them by 1 game in the regular season, where we have this home field advantage, and I think it's going to mean everything to us. And I think we're gonna get it done. And listen, I want to say Jays in 4, but yeah, I think a series like this is destined to go to Game 7 once again.
Put it this way: this is my thoughts. If the Jays play their best and the Dodgers play a little below their best, I think the Jays can win it in 7. If the Dodgers are at their very best, they're playing their best baseball, everyone's firing. Put it this way, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't think the Jays can secure. You could clip this after, Jacqueline. The Jays will not win this series in less than 6 or 7 games. I think even more 7. I'm thinking maybe there's some worlds where the Jays can win in 6. But if the Dodgers play their best baseball, they could conceivably win in 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That's the difference, right? Like I don't think it's mathematically possible. I don't see the path to the Jays winning in less than 6 or 7. There is a path where the Dodgers can win this in 4 or 5. I think that's the difference with these two teams. Now, like maybe it's Eagles Giants and I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I would be, Jacqueline, do you know how happy I would be if the Jays won this in 5 games? Like, oh my God, it would be like it'd be incredible. It'd be a miracle. Like I don't know what religion you believe in, but it'd be like a religious miracle, right? Like so I'd be so happy if the Jays won a 5. I don't know. We're just facing such a dominant, such a great team. Really a team that could turn into a dynasty.
100%.
So let's listen. I don't want to say let's hope for Game 7, but here's the truth. If someone came to you right now, Jacqueline, said, Jacqueline, it's your choice. You get to decide right now. If you don't know. It's out of your hands. But if you want, it could be a 7-game series. If you don't want, it's whatever it is. You would take it because that means that the Jays at least won 3 games and have a chance to win in Game 7.
100%.
If you're a Dodgers fan, let's be honest, Jacqueline. If you were a Dodgers fan and someone came up to you and said, if you want to go to Game 7, you're saying hell no. You're saying hell no. You're saying, look what we just did. We disposed of this last team in 4 games. I ain't taking that. Do you know what I'm saying? If someone came right now and said, Owen, the Jays can go to a Game 7. We're not guaranteeing you what happens in Game 7. I would say, hell yeah, I'm taking that. Hell to the yeah, I'm taking that.
The
if I was Dodgers
pressure, yeah.
That's the thing. But if you're a Dodgers fan, you're saying, what are you talking about? We could win this in 5 or 6 games. You have to know they're cocky and they feel like so I think that's the difference. But it's the playoffs. It's the World Series. Anything is possible, Jacqueline. Anything can happen.
100%.
Let's not count out this Jays team. Every time I've counted them out, they've proved me wrong. And I hope they have one more series to prove me wrong. One more series.
I think so. I think, The Dodgers didn't have much pressure. Let's put it that way this series. I know some of the games were close, don't get me wrong, but there wasn't the pressure. The Jays felt all the pressure in the entire world in this series. And pressure builds character. And this Jays team thrives off that. Vladdy thrives off that. Springer thrived off that tonight. Jeff Hoffman thrived off that tonight. Chris Bassett, you name it. This team is so special. I truly believe we're going to win the World Series. This has been the season of my lifetime. I started watching, like, locked in early this year when no one else had any faith in them. Go back to one of my TikTok clips and it's like 100 comments telling me I'm crazy. I was reading it back and I was like, this feels good. This feels really good. It feels really, really good because I saw something that a lot of people didn't. And that comes from just being a fan of sports and just being hopeful of your team. But I called this from the jump and was told it's crazy. But listen, if I'm crazy, then I'm crazy. Because look at what this crazy-ass team did. We're going to the World Series, baby.
I think you deserve the curtain call, Jacqueline. You deserve to kind of, tip the hat. You deserve the curtain call. You have been the biggest supporter. It doesn't matter thick through thin, or I don't know if I just said that right, but thick or thin.
Or thin, yeah.
You supported this team. You believed in them. You believed in Hoffman. You believed in Vladdy. You really did believe in them. So, congratulations to you, Jacqueline. I'm very happy for you and everyone that's close to you. I will say I want to hear your prediction. Let me make my prediction first. Ultimately, and we've both talked a lot about this series, I'm going Dodgers in 7. It breaks my heart. I think ultimately we're going up against the better team. I think it's a bright, bright moment, another Game 7, and I think the Jays fall just short. I'm going to go Dodgers in a heart-wrenching Game 7. Close game, I think, too, but I will say the Los Angeles Dodgers will be back-to-back World Series champions. What is your prediction, Jacqueline?
Jays in either 6 or 7. I'm going to go 6, though. I'm going to shock everyone and say Jays in 6. We're going to get it done. We're going to find a way. The Jays are going to put out everything they have. Will we see Bo Bichette? That's a question, but I don't think it really makes a difference of what this team has done. I think we're just going to see the best stuff from everyone. We're going to see Trey Savage, the freaking guy who started in a Dunedin the beginning of this year, drafted a year ago. We're going to see him in the World Series. We're going to see Max Scherzer, I would assume, 41-year-old who didn't even make the ALDS roster. We're going to see legendary stuff. We're going to see Vladdy prove why he deserves $5 billion for the next 500 years to play baseball. Like until he can't play, like literally like retired at 80 years old. Like he can swing that bad. Listen, the fact that we get Vladdy for 14 more years is already a thing to celebrate. The face of this franchise, the face of what this Jays team is. I predict that the Jays they're gonna bring it all, man. This year is so special for us. This has changed everything, the way that people view the Blue Jays and Toronto sports. This is our year. Jays in 6. Let's freaking do this thing.
Jacqueline, I love this team. Hashtag love this team. Want it all.
Want it all, baby.
I want them to prove me wrong one more time, man. George Springer, what a hero. A hero swing today. 3-run home run after taking it right off the knee. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm almost at a loss for words. I really... I'm so excited for Friday. That's all, really. Just so excited for Friday.
100%. Yeah, everyone try to relax. Take yourself out of baseball for the next couple of days. The NBA season tips off tomorrow night, and I'm like, you guys need a pause. You guys need a pause. Like, we had football tonight. Like, I can't think about football right now. We have basketball, we have hockey. Like, October's crazy already. We have the freaking Blue Jays in the World Series. Everyone needs to chill out. The Blue Jays Friday. This week, I say everyone needs to relax. Maybe watch a movie one evening. Go on a walk. We need to get ready for Friday because this place is gonna be freaking crazy. Toronto's gonna feel so different. Get your merch. Everyone get your jerseys, get your hats. Got my postseason hat here, obviously. Get your stuff ready. That stuff is gonna be sold out immediately. Get your merch. I see everyone in merch. I was today all day I was wearing a Blue Jays crew neck and a Jays hat. Like you would think, like, all day, every day now, it's all things Blue Jays. Everyone get ready. Friday night, 8 o'clock p.m. or 8:10 p.m., whichever one it is. First pitch, Rogers Center. That place is going to be absolutely buzzing. Hoping to go to that game. Going to try to get tickets. It's going to be an absolute battle to get tickets tomorrow morning. But see you guys all there. Blue Jays, we got this thing. Owen, last words.
Listen, last words. I want it all, Jacqueline. I've doubted this team over and over. I still doubt them. My X factor for the World Series is Dalton Varsho. I think he shows up. He plays really well. This team's got a shot. So watch out for Varsho. I think he's going to have a big series, and we need him to be really good in the middle of that lineup. Go Jays. Jeffrey Hoffman, he proved himself. Very happy for him. Love this team. Jacqueline, you have the best podcast in the world.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful evening. Go Jays, go.
Beautiful words, Owen. Thank you all for watching Keep It Coola podcast. Follow Instagram, posting a ton of stuff on Instagram. Keep It Coola podcast on Twitter. Keep It Coola podcast. TikTok. Keep It Coola podcast. Vibes are so high. Vibes could not be higher. Want it all. Play that song all day, every day now. Blare that stuff. Blare that song. Blue Jays in 6. I'm calling it now. Varsho's gonna come alive. We're gonna see Springer hit a bunch of homers. Vladdy, Hoffman, see Savage. You freaking name it. Blue Jays are winning the World Series. Let's go. Thank you all for watching. See you very soon. Peace out. Bye-bye.